Revenge is best served blessed. That's right, UFC 329, McGregor vs Holloway 2. Fight I've been wanting for months and months. If you've been watching the channel for that long, you would have seen how much I wanted this fight to happen. It's now official. International Fight Week main event, 5 rounds at welterweight. Let's go ahead and break down this card. Of course, you have the main event. There's so many rumours going around of who McGregor would be fighting. And the main one for a while was Max Holloway. Some people saying Jorge Masvidal or Leon Edwards. And nah, I personally think the Holloway matchup is a bit better. Because Holloway is smaller in terms of mass, right? He's taller by a couple of inches. But of course, McGregor's a huge dude now. After being on steroids and whatever made his head huge. I think this should be a pretty easy fight for Max Holloway. If he ends up getting chinned, I'll delete this YouTube channel. Don't hold me to that. No, that's not going to happen. Hold me to it. I think I've already broken this main event down in several other videos, including this one here, and it's not in frame. God damn it. This here is from me building the International Fight Week card 2 months ago now, late March, and I pretty much predicted 3 of the fights correctly. I predicted McGregor Holloway 2, Pimblett vs St. Denis, and Kavanagh vs Royval. I put a women's title fight in there just to be fair and give the women's title fight as well, but that's not happened. And then Dorida Rakic. It was either going to be Robert Whittaker or Dorida that had fight news for this card, and it wasn't Dorida like I thought it was going to be. It was Whittaker, which is cool. I don't mind that. So yeah, this fight should be pretty easy for Holloway. Holloway should TKO him in the first or second round, I'm going to say. Just puts the volume on him and gets him out of there. Of course, people are now counting out Max due to getting smudged by Oliveira. People just don't seem to realise how good Oliveira is on the ground. Literally probably the best jiu-jitsu user in the whole UFC history. Jiu-jitsu technicianer, whatever you'd call it. But yeah, that should do it for that fight. I'm giving my prediction early. Max Holloway TKO. Round 2, the same McGregor size around and maybe looks decent. Co-main event. Kind of knew about this one for a while too. Benoit St. Denis vs Paddy Pimblett, man. Another huge superstar name in the UFC. McGregor, Holloway, and Pimblett, all just huge names in the UFC. So to have them all on a card together is crazy. Then just after the White House card too, we're being fed good as UFC fans, man. A lot of people think Benoit St. Denis is going to flatline Paddy Pimblett and get him out of there easily. Be better than him on the ground and stuff, but nah, I don't think so. I think he'll be able to get the takedown more than he was against Justin Gaethje. I think he just had too much confidence in himself going to Justin Gaethje fight and got kind of schooled on the feet for 5 rounds. Benoit St. Denis is obviously going to put up a good fight. He's on a good win streak right now of mostly finishes, I think. It might be all finishes in a row after those losses to Dustin Poirier and Moicano. But I'm going to go with Paddy Pimblett. Might be British bias, I don't know, I don't really care. But it's an England versus France matchup. Pretty cool. I like BSD. He's probably one of the only French fighters I like on the UFC roster. So yeah, I'm going to go with Paddy Pimblett to win. By maybe decision. Is it 3 rounds? I'll go with decision. 29-28 if it's 3 rounds. Alright, featured bout. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. This is a rematch. A second rematch on the card. It should be a good one. Both of these fighters have evolved a ton. Sandhagen going to get a title shot. Mario Pinto having a good fight with Umar Nurmagomedov, dropping him at one point in the fight back last October. Recently came back and got a win over Vinicius Oliveira, who he's kind of scared out of the weight class. With Corey Sandhagen, I'm going to pick to win this fight again. He won in the first fight back in 2019. Was it a finish? A pretty early finish for Sandhagen? I can't remember. I think it might have been submission. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. The 4th fight on the card. Brandon Royval versus Lona Kavanagh. Lona Kavanagh. I don't know how you say it still. My bad. I swear that's the incorrect spelling of the name too. I don't think it has a unit. I think Brandon Royval's pretty washed. I don't want to say he's washed. He's very good, but he just did get slammed out by Cap at the end of last year. Lona Kavanagh coming off a great win over Moreno. Just dominated him for 5 rounds. It should be a pretty interesting fight. A flyweight. Flyweight's heating up, man. It's interesting. Winner of this could get a number contender fight. I'm going to go with Lona Kavanagh to win this fight by, maybe TKO in the 2nd round. I'm quite handy with that TKO in the 2nd round pick recently, man. Royval's tough. Only really gets taken out by people with heavy hands, like Manel Cap, barn burner. This card's already stacking up great against the White House card, honestly. Especially with the McGregor name right at the top. And Holloway, to the biggest stars in UFC history now, after the first fight back 12 years ago or something like that. It says not official bout order, so I hope this isn't true. I hope Gable Stevenson doesn't open the main card for obvious reasons. Hate this guy, man. What's he doing in the UFC? Just because he's talented. This is Elijah Ellison. I think Gable will just run through him. Brandon Perchik ran through Elijah Ellison in his debut. Made it look so easy. Gable will just do the same, right? That's pretty much it for the main card. Now on the prelims. I'm sorry that this image is awful, but god damn, they're treating Robert Whittaker like dirt. I know he's on a lost streak. I know Krylov just came back off a lost streak. Let the Reaper, Bobby Knuckles, open up the main card. Why is he doing the prelims? But he's making his heavyweight debut against Krylov. I think he can win this fight. Robert Whittaker is a former welterweight though. Bro's coming up now another weight class now that he's in his later stage of his career. But I think it should be a banger fight. Whittaker's obviously got that 1-2 head kick combo, which will probably land on Krylov. I think Krylov's a pretty open fighter to get hit. He probably gets stung. He probably gets stung by that maybe rocked and put away. I'm going to pick Robert Whittaker to win this fight. Quite coming off a win over Modestas Bukauskas, which not the greatest win right now, but it's decent, I guess. Robert Whittaker coming off a couple of losses in a row, right, to people like Khamzat. Is this his first fight back since Khamzat, or did he fight RDR after and lose that in a close decision, which I thought he won? Yeah, we'll go with Robert Whittaker by decision. Somehow lands the 1-2 head kick, rocks him, like tees off against him against the fence like he did with Aliskerov and gets him out of there, but it might be too large, it might be too big. Right, next matchup, Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. What a fight. Two great strikers going at it. There's going to be British bias in my pick, obviously. Luke Riley, lad. This should be a very interesting fight between two very good strikers, like I just said before. Luke Riley training at next gen with people like Paddy Pimblett, Shamrock, Joe Fields, people like that, who are good up-and-comers in the Cage Warriors scene. Probably going to get in the UFC themselves soon. Like Nathan Fletcher's probably going to get himself back in the UFC soon. Very, very good fighters. I'll pick Luke Riley to win this fight. Kai Kamaka III recently made his comeback to the UFC and got a nice win over like a prospect, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the guy was a prospect who he beat. But Luke Riley, lad, is going to smoke Kai Kamaka III and KO him with a nasty check left hook in the first round. Let's go, lad. Damien Pnas versus Cesar Almeida. Nasty slam out, round 1. Don't even need to say anything else about that. Everyone with ball knowledge knows how that fight's going. Cody Garbrandt on this card too. Damn. Versus Adrian Yanez. This is such a sick fight. No way Garbrandt wins it, I don't think. Unless he gets one of those nice back against the fence last second KOs. But that's not going to happen again, I don't think. Line doesn't strike twice. Maybe it does. Adrian Yanez is I think he's a good boxer in the UFC, right? Don't know too much about him. Don't know his record. Don't really know his beat. I saw him tweet about it. Not much of a clue who he is. Yeah, we'll go with him to win though by knockout in the first couple of rounds. Cortez versus Wang Kong. Decent fight, I guess. I don't hate it. Cortez coming off a loss to Macy Barber, I want to say, from a while ago. I just don't know though. We'll go with Cortez to win a split decision though. Ode Osborne versus Cody Durden. That's a banger fight to open up the card. Cody Durden got a great win over Jafel Filio literally the other week. Quick turnaround versus Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne's last fight was it wasn't a loss to Steve Erceg. I think it was a loss to someone else. Maybe that got turned over for them being on steroids or something. Which is like, why do you need steroids to beat Ode Osborne? Yeah, before that was the fight with Erceg. Very close fight. He made it very technical. I honestly might pick him to win this fight, but I think Cody Durden's a bit of a crafty vet, really. Probably able to drown him in the grappling. So that's probably going to pick, yeah. Durden by submission. That's watching my early breakdown of this card. I'm so excited for it. Revenge is best served. Blessed. Remember that. Max Holloway is going to get the win in July, man. Stacked cards coming up. White House card. 329. Probably a stacked MSG card with the winner of Gan Pereira and Aspinall. I'm so excited for this upcoming card. Max Holloway is the GOAT. My favourite fighter of all time, as you already know. If you're a fan of this channel, he's on the banner, has been since the start. That's my go right there. Thanks for watching. Take care and peace.